It's 1 in the morning, so I want to wrap things up out here for tonight. But there it is. His little Aramaki motor is in there. All right, good night, sexy pan. Sleep tight. Don't let the shed bugs bite. Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. And for all the people that's been with me for, I don't know, the last 2 years. I don't know why. But you guys are cool. And for all you new people, you're cool too.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
I'm just glad I haven't had a chance to offend you by something stupid I might say. Anyway, I just got back from a nightly ride on the Shovelhead. It's a balmy 45 degrees here in New Jersey. She ran great. I haven't started her in a couple weeks, so starting her tonight was a little rough. She didn't want to start up. She was being cranky. But once she gets hot and warm, and starts up real easy. But just got back in. I don't know. It's like 10:30 at night. So, the Flathead. We got to address the Flathead. Now, I finished up my buddy Ski's 1971 Harley-Davidson Rapido. The seat pan had 3 cracks in it that the upholster wouldn't upholster it because it had cracks in it. He said, you got to get them fixed. So he brought it over here to me. Now, I haven't welded in like almost a year. And go figure, the first thing I got to weld on is like paper thin. It's only like 22 gauge steel, this stuff. But anyway, I went ahead and TIG welded it. I practiced on some practice metals, like this 22 gauge sheet metal here. That's as thick as this shit is. And then you got to factor in, it's all rusty, so there's layers of metal gone, thickness. So it's 10 times worse welding on something that's old and rusty. But, you know, I had to get my bearings on the TIG again. And I would practice on this, and I was able to lay a bead down on this 22 gauge metal without blowing a hole through it. So I'm like, okay, got my settings good. I had it at 30 amps on the TIG welder. Now I use a number 12 FUPA cup. It's a really big cup. So you could put more argon gas to it to provide more shielding argon gas to your bead. And what's also cool about that cup is it allows you to have like, you can, with that much gas you're using, I think I'm doing 28 CFMs on the argon. You use more argon, but you can have the stick out further than you can with a traditional cup. You can go as far out as 3/4 inch. If I could get this to focus. But you can go as far as 3/4 inch on the stick out. Yeah, whatever with this fucking camera. Anyway, back to this. So I start welding it, clean it up with acetone, but it's still, it's dirty, it's rusty, it's old. So I was able to weld that crack. None of this is pretty because it's not going to be pretty, and it's going to be covered with foam. But I welded that crack, so that's good to go. Welded that one. This one, it blew a hole out. A big hole opened up because it was just so rusty and it was popping. So I blew a big hole in it. So then I had to just work the edge with the TIG puddle to fill it in, and then it can be grinded down if this was important. But foam is going to go over it anyway, so it's plenty strong. And they're not pretty, but it is what it is. You know, you can't get pretty welds on crappy shit like this. But I guess you could if you were a professional. You know, it's not my everyday thing.
I don't even know what this is. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
I went to welding school, but I don't do it every day. It's not how I make my living. But anyway, I can lay good beads down if it was all clean, brand new metal. When you're dealing with thin, rusty shit, it's even harder. It's like welding two pieces of paper together. It's not fun. But anyway, so that's out of my hair. Ski is going to send that off.
Don't buy wigs that come off at the wrong time. Maury's wigs don't come off. Even underwater. Don't buy wigs that come off at the wrong time.
Stop it now, will you? Listen, you got money for that fucking commercial, you know? Fucking commercial. You don't got my money? You don't got my fucking money? Huh? Pay me my money.
Sorry, baby. He'll pay.
Maurice? Yeah, who's this? Who's here?
To the upholster now. Now I can focus on the Flathead. Now I'm going to take a page out of my buddy Hippie's book. He'll say in his videos, for those of you that don't watch my shorts, I'm going to tell you what happened. So I put this all out in a short, but I did get the right Colony engine mounting hardware kit in for side valve engines. So that's what I need for the Flathead. Here's the one that I ordered originally by accident. Like that would go for a knucklehead and any big twin for that matter after the side valve engine. But anyway, so I got that. Now I can jump in on doing this since I got Vic's bike out of here. He's working. It's working good. And now that I'm done with I'm not done helping Ski, he's still coming over every night. Tonight he didn't come over. That's why I rode the Shovelhead. Took the opportunity to get out. But anyway, back to the Flathead. So I got to change these engine mounting bolts. They got real loose on me. Me and the audience surmised that maybe the bolts had stretched. Who knows how many times the people have used those bolts, the previous owners. I put this engine in when I had it rebuilt because it seized up on me one time. And I put those bolts in. I got them torqued down and pinned the castle nuts. But yet, 2 years later and almost 1,500 miles on it, they're real loose now. So that's why I had to get them. Anyway, long story short, to change those bolts, I got to remove the generator because the bolts won't even come out because they hit the generator. So that'll come out. Technically, I really should be removing the outer primary and the inner primary, clutch, primary chain, all that to get to that one real good. But I probably won't. I have tricky little, crafty little ways to get all in there. I remove all this stuff out of my way. You can get it done. It's not ideal, but I can get it done. The other side's not too bad. So I'm going to get into doing that. Yeah, this one's more out in the open. You can get to it with wrenches and really torque on it. So, but there's a lot that's got to be done to this bike. So she's going to go under the knife for a while, especially now that winter's hitting. Anyway, I have to pull this carburetor. I got to clean it. The last time I did that, I don't know, like 2 years ago, maybe. It was in my earlier videos. It's constantly overflowing the bowl. And it's not the float's problem. I mean, it's a combination of problems. I believe that my fuel shutoff is passing. And I'm going to prove that by disconnecting the fuel line and letting it sit and see if I get fuel. Then I know that that's passing and that will have to be addressed. But then it gets to the bowl, and then the float and needle should take care of that problem, you would think. But it doesn't. It overflows. So that's why I want to clean this. New float needle, all that kind of shit to help that has helped some of that problem out. You know what I mean? It's a combination of the two. I got to get them both fixed. So that's what I'm going to work on. That stuff, engine mounting bolts. What else? There was something else and I'm forgetting right now. But anyway, that's what I got to do to the Flathead. I'm sure Ski will be coming over tomorrow. Let me just show you where we're at with his little Rapido. I'm not going to dwell on that bike too much. I'll bring it back when it's all together and he's riding it. But anyway, I do have another little problem that popped up on the shovel head. Now, I've always had this problem. The rocker box bolt that holds your the rocker arms in, it's leaking, right? I always had like a slow leak, just a little bit, but it's progressively gotten worse now. And if I'm doing like 70 mile an hour for any sustained period of time, man, it really comes out really good. So I got to change the O-ring that's behind that bolt. Now that's a little tricky because then you can get into messing up the tightness that you need, the lash or whatever have you. But I know there's some clearances in there that you don't want it to get too tight, or else you could run into problems. But anyway, so that's what's going on with the shovel head. That does need to be addressed. I'm tired of that oil. That oil will leak down here and get onto my cylinder head and get all in the fins and get real messy. I don't like it. You know what I mean, girl? I don't like it. But let me show you where we're at with Ski's little tiny Italian Dago bike. We have the engine all back together. Not all back together, I'm sorry. We have the new crank seals in. I said this all in the short as well, but they're in. We got the cases back together. He's got the new main shaft in. It won't be long now. Like tonight, if he came over, we also got his cylinder head back from the machinist. So that's been bored out a millimeter bigger. And that's back. And then he has a brand new millimeter bigger little tiny baby piston. Okay, he's got the rings and everything for it. It comes in a nice little sack. This nice little sack. You can put all kinds of things in the sack when you're done. Like your I don't know, drug? No, not drugs, because we don't do drugs around here. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Whoa.
Here. Oh, God.
No!
Oh man, if I would have dropped that and dinged it up, he would have killed me. I would have said it came like that because it's Italian, Aramaki. It's in a pretty little, adorable little piston. It's like a real piston, but only smaller. I don't know why this guy's into small little bikes, but whatever, still cool. All right, so that's where we're at with this bike. Again, I'll bring it back when it's in and it's running and we can all get a laugh when he's riding on it. I'll even ride on it. I think it's a cool little bike. Be nice to have, to kick around on, but I wouldn't want to be seen riding it. It's like a fat chick and mopeds. They're cool to have them, but you don't want your friends to see you riding on it. Go something like that. I didn't make that joke up. So that's where we're at. All right. Let me put the bikes away for tonight and we'll get to working on the Flathead. And maybe a little bit of Ski's bike. All right, come on, girl. You gotta go bedtime. Come on, Blue. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next clip. know I had to hop out on my nightly ride. Took the old Flathead out tonight. It's 40 degrees. We're like 39. This old girl loves it. She likes that cold air sliding down her throat and across her big old jugs. They really appreciate that cold air. All right, let me get my ass home before I turn into a popsicle. Hey, pretty girl. What's up, mama? You gotta go potty? You gotta go potty? I got something for you. I got some biscuits. Come here, fat girl. I know you want some biscuits. Fatty, come get some biscuits. I know you want them. All right. Made it home safe. Come on, I know you want biscuits, Fatty. I know. Did you just pee? Did you just pee on my ramp? Did you just pee on my ramp? Now you ain't getting no biscuits. Now you're not getting no biscuits. All right, hang on. Hang on. I only got one hand. Easy. Wait. Fatty, you wait. You're not getting a big one. I'm not giving you a big one because you just peed on my ramp. You get a little one. All right. Good girl, mama. Good girl. Besides peeing on my ramp, that wasn't cool. You could have peed on this bike. That would have been cool. I don't care about this bike. What are you doing under that table? What are you doing under that table? Get out of them boxes. Ain't nothing in there for you. Yeah, look at all that pee. Look. Now, Daddy could slip on that. I could slip on that and break my neck. You wouldn't even care. All right, come on. Let's go inside. Come on, get up there. Good girl. All right, guys, it's a random Tuesday night. It's pretty warm out. It's almost 60. It's 50 some degrees, but it's raining and all shitty out. So in order to protect my $600 camera, I'm gonna have to umbrella up. Before we go in there and work on the Flathead, let's go over here and update you on where we're at with the ski project. Whoa. All right, let me turn this off before I get demonetized. Little Ryan Upchurch, one of my favorites. All right, enough of that. All right, so here we are. Ski was over last night. We got his little baby engine all back together. Got the new rings on the piston. Got the cylinder down on the piston. Cases are back together. That was a bit of a struggle, but she's there. She's got a lot more compression to her than before. And everything spins freely and it shifts through all the gears, so we're excited about that. He's got his new fiber clutch plates soaking in 2-stroke oil. Now, all the parts he got for this engine, even the new main, the main shaft of the transmission that was broken, everything he got was off of eBay, and it was all new old stock parts. Everything was brand new in the Harley packages. Now, I put out a members only video and I showed all that. Me and Ski went through every part, like everything. Everything was brand new old stock. New old stock parts for everything in here. Damn near could rebuild the bike in new old stock parts. But you get the idea. But anyway, the steels for the clutch pack, they were in those genuine Harley packs. And when we opened them up, they were completely rusted. And, you know, that's going to happen. It's steel. They were in those packages, probably in some dude's old musty basement with humidity, and they just rusted up. So anyway, all we did was he bought some Evapro Rust, poured a little in here, and we've been soaking them overnight, and they came out really clean. I'll throw a picture up of how they looked with all the rust on them and how they are now.
We got
What about her 2 kids?
clutch plate. Nope, it's steel.
Yeah, we gotta get. We're gonna soak these in apple cider vinegar or Evapro Rust.
Yeah. The other ones
They're
are
just rusty.
the other ones are grooved.
They'll buff out.
Yeah, they'll
A
bump.
little bit of surface rust.
Listen, they never put anything in the bag. And they're 50
now.
years old.
They didn't have. Really nice. So there's that. And yeah, he's soaking them in 2-stroke oil. But that's that. That's where we're at. He's coming over tomorrow night. But let's get over there on the Flathead and get to work. Look at Hippie's little dick. All right. Yeah, that poster was from back when Hippie was cool and he owned a panhead. He'll get another one day. All right. I'm trying to preserve this camera. Frickin' rain. All right, let me turn this shit off before I get demonetized. Who is this, by the way? Zeppelin? Yeah, man. All right, let me get that off before I get demonetized. All right, so finally, what better night to work on the Flathead when I'm stuck in, can't go out riding. So I might as well get to working on the Flathead. I got a lot to do. It's, like I said, it's not really cold out, so I don't need to burn any wood. I just lit this off to take away the chill. But I do have a lot to do here because in order to put these engine mounting bolts in, I got to remove a lot. First off, I got to remove that generator there. Now, and that's just to get those bolts out from the feet. And so in order to do that, I got to take off the floorboard. I got to take off the rocker clutch. Get all that out of the way just to pull the generator out. I got to take the speedo cable off, this linkage out of the way to get to the back ones. So I got my work cut out for me. Got to disconnect the battery. Got my work cut out for me, so I'm probably just going to put you guys in time lapse so I don't bore you to death with all that nonsense. That's that. Oh, the shovel head. I told you about the rocker boxes, the top bolt, the O-ring that's leaking on me on my front rocker box. I did. I used my parts manual and I looked up the part number. Oh, look who it is. Megan just stopped in. Hang on one second, babe. I looked up the part number and I looked them up on the internet, and Lowbrow sells the exact replacement for that part number. So I got new O-rings coming for that. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll put you in time lapse. I gotta give my honey a kiss and then I'll get to work. See ya. All right, guys, welcome back. Look, I like you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't get anything done last night on the Flathead. My girl Megan, she begged me to come in the house so she could give me fellatio for like 2 to 3 hours. So who am I to argue with that? I can't argue with that. So I had to do it. And it was free. I'm in. So it's a whole nother night. Let me show you what's going on. All right, so I'm going to put this in time lapse and work on the Flathead. But look, it's Christmas. Came home today, and the rocker arm shaft O-rings were in. So I stocked up. I got a bunch for future problems. Hey, look, they even gave me a picture of Ski. A little gorilla. I don't need that. I got plenty of pictures of him. But speaking of him, speaking of Ski, he came over tonight. It's the night before Thanksgiving. And we're going to get that engine back in too tonight. So let me take you over there. It's raining again. Stupid rain. Yo, yo, what up, Ski?
What's up?
Rocking out in here?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta shut this off. It's my boys. All right, enough of that before I get demonetized. So what's going on, man?
Trash day.
You over here playing with your steel plates
Trash.
from the guy's musty old humidity-filled sex dungeon?
Yep.
That rusted them all out? Got a brand new sprocket?
Well, that's
That one don't look pretty. Oh, that's the shitty. Oh my God.
I know, look at it.
They're like
A lot of fatties on this
they're
book.
like laying over.
Yeah, that's what it's going to look like my first time.
Did
riding
you
it.
just say there was a lot of fatties on this bike?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So they've already seen your engines back
Yeah, look
together.
at it. So much torque, it twisted the teeth.
Oh yeah, that bike is a beast.
It's a fucking powerhouse.
They've already seen your engines all back together. We're gonna get that in here tonight. Ski wants to clean up his frame. What else you
Yeah.
doing tonight?
I'll probably toss the carburetor on.
All right.
We'll
The
see.
Delorto.
De Lorto.
All right, let me put this camera down. We got some work to do.
All right, put it down.
Don't talk to me like that. Not on camera. Well, all right. I can't play around you all night. I got big bike stuff to do. Let's get over here and tear this flathead apart. Come on, fellas. Let's do it.
Slick had to leave his big bald body to work on manly bikes, not any of that tiny bike shit. Slick's beautiful flathead is broken, so he's gonna fix it. He's a little behind on work because Megan wanted to give him some head. Some head. Some head. Some head. Slick won't rest until his flathead is fixed. Slick would never let another mechanic touch his beautiful girls but him, because he's the best drinking and wrenching. Oh, Slick's favorite things along with getting head is flathead and him have been through a lot. She's taught Slick a bunch, so he holds her heart. Slick takes care of all his girls, so that's all that matters besides getting some head. Getting some head. Getting some head. Getting some head.
All right, generator's out. I'll come back and show you guys all what's going on here, but I got to get over there and give Ski a hand with his little baby bike. That little adorable baby bike. All right, keep your panties on. I'm coming to help you.
Ski is a big man who loves little bikes. Ski can fix little bikes like no other can. Ski loves wrenching with slick, they get hands. Greasy, that's the brotherhood and bond. Two bald-headed bikers with love for old bikes. Greasy, that's the brotherhood and bond. Ski is a big man who loves little bikes. Ski can fix little bikes like no other can. Ski loves wrenching with slick, they get hands. Greasy, that's their brotherhood and bond. Two bald-headed bikers with love for old bikes. Greasy, that's their brotherhood and bond.
Do you know they saw greasy-looking Canadians in parking lot on drugs? Oh, that's greasy. That's really fucking greasy. Yeah, that's greasy. Greasy.
All right, guys. The big bald man, Ski, he had to leave. It's 1 in the morning, so I want to wrap things up out here for tonight. But there it is. His little Aramaki motor is in there. She's looking real good. We did the clutch plates, all new fibers, new steels. Put the carburetor on, engine's in. He cleaned up the frame, wiped the whole frame down. So there she is. I think he said next time he comes over here, we're going to fire up, give her a couple heat cycles. Clean little bike. His seat pan went off to the upholster, so hopefully that'll get done soon. I don't know how those guys are. Yep, she's looking good. All right, let me take you over to the other garage and show you where I left off with the Flathead. All right, good night, sexy pan. Sleep tight. Don't let the shed bugs bite. All right, close down everything. Let's go check out the Flathead. Let me show you where I'm at. All right, let me show you guys where I left off with the Flathead tonight. I got the old generator out. You have to remove the kickstand, the rocker clutch, your foot clutch, your floorboard, all to get this girl out of there. This is an original 32E generator. I don't know if you can read the tag or not. 32E generators, they were made from 1930 to 1957. Then they went to a 2-brush generator. But 3-brush generators, because they didn't have voltage regulators back then on 6-volt systems, they have a 3rd brush in here, which you could adjust the 3rd brush to regulate the voltage going back to your battery. That's what's different about a 3-brush generator. While I have this out, I'm going to pull the end cover here and check the brushes, see if they need to be changed or not, clean the commutator. That gets dirty and doesn't allow it to charge right. So I'm going to do all that since it's out. You know what? I'm probably going to pull the primary cover too, just to check in there, see what's going on. Might as well. But yeah, this is the Harley rocker foot clutch. Toe to go, all that nonsense. Well, you got friction plates in here. And this is adjustable. I can't do this one-handed, but you got friction plates in there. And this is adjustable to where you can, if it gets too loose on you and it doesn't want to stay down when you take, let's say, your heel off or your toe off, you can adjust that to make those friction plates stiffer. Floorboard. While it's in here, I'm going to take my exhaust pipes off and readdress the pipes leaking exhaust because my sealant ain't working. I am going to get, I have a different type of sealant that might work out really good in here, so I'm going to try that. So they're going to have to come apart and resealed back up in there. Should play with the oil pump. But like I said, I got to get this carburetor out, give her another cleaning, give her another little rebuild, and probably have to fix the petcock that goes through the gas tank. I'm going to have to get that tool, either redo it or get a new one. This one's obviously passing to my carburetor bowl. Plus it leaks here anyway. So I got to get that addressed. You have to take it all apart to get that addressed. You need that tool. But first, I'm going to change my engine mounting bolts, 2 up front and 2 in the back. I got to remove this speedo line and the shifter linkage. Yeah, I had to remove the clutch linkage to get this all apart too. But that's it. She's going under the knife. And that's going to end it for tonight. It's getting really late. So I'm going to end it here, and I'll talk to you guys in the next clip. You're up next too, Shovelhead. You're getting your little itty-bitty cock rings installed. All right, guys. I'll talk to you in the next clip. All right, guys. It's several days later, and I figured let's round this video out with a little kickstart. We've already did a couple heat cycles on this bike, but I figured let's show you guys real quick to put a cap on this video with this bike. So, Ski, would you like to do the honors and show the people this big pile of parts is now a motor and now works?
It's done.
she is, folks. She's running. Guys, I'm going to end the video right here. Make sure you go check out my partner channel, Hippie Shopper Corner, and my good buddy Ralph up in the North Pole on that glacier. It's my time, let's go. So I'm going to close the video out right here. So until the next one, keep it slick out there. See ya.